Welcome to Pause for Peace with me, Pastor Jule. Thanks for joining me today during this season of summer. It has been a hot one in Nashville, and we're gearing up for another hot one in this week ahead. I have been thinking about nourishment, not just because I'm craving popsicles every one of these hot afternoons, but nourishment, like true bread for our body and for our soul. In the readings that we in the Christian household are looking to these weeks ahead, we hear again about Jesus as the bread of life. And I think about that as Jesus calling himself the bread for the world, the bread of heaven, the bread of God. And to literally think about the way Jesus embodies this beautiful, unconditional, absolute, abundant love that is God, and that Jesus is saying, like, here I am. Here is what it means to embody God, to be bread for the world, to allow our lives to be nourishment for those all around, which we do again and again and again when we return to who we really are, these beautiful creatures here to live love. And as we do that, the fragrance of our lives just wafts forth until we truly are able to be a blessing in this world. So as we're thinking about nourishment, true nourishment, I wanted us to just take a few moments today to reflect upon what truly nourishes our own souls, what truly feeds our spirit. It might be creativity, it might be quiet, it might be a beautiful sunrise or a wonderful walk under the moonlight. Perhaps it's truly nourishing to your soul to just like get up and dance, or maybe connecting with others. I had the great experience last weekend to be able to be present with my extended family in the Washington, D.C. area for a family wedding. It was so much fun, and I didn't really realize how much I was craving that kind of connection with these generations of those who have been my extended family, and these cousins and their children, and just the joy of being with my sisters, my aunt and uncle, and other relatives that are all a part of celebrating a beautiful wedding. It was such a way that I felt close to my ancestors, close to like my people, and close to those who raised me up from the time I was a child, who were there at my birth. It was just beautiful to be able to be a part of the joy of a weekend that was really all about celebration of love. And my sisters and I even had the great experience of being able to like dash away a little bit on Saturday morning before the wedding festivity began to be able to just be out in nature. We had a chance to explore these beautiful falls around the Potomac in Virginia. It was so incredible, such amazing topography there, geography there that I wasn't really expecting. And what a great gift. These true bedrock is what it was, bedrock of the river that has just been there forever. And the solid foundation that is there, and the deep history all around there in that Potomac river bed, and in that area of Washington, D.C. and our nation's capital, and just the work that has been done and the wars that have happened there, the blood that has been shed, and the way that reconciliation for us all is being sought. And so I want you to just take some time today to just reflect upon what truly nourishes your soul, what truly is bread for your spirit. So if you will, come on with me on a little journey into some quiet right now. Quiet might be difficult for you. I'll guide it a little bit, but it's a journey into quiet that you will listen internally. This is not looking for the answers outside of you. This is listening internally for what really nourishes you. You are the only one who can know what truly nourishes you. Nobody else can tell you that. I can give example after example, but at the end of the day, what is it? Is it like listening to the blues? Is it getting up and dancing a little bit to some jazz? Is it lying on a beach, just absorbing the rays of the sun as you just lay there under the sun on the beautiful shore of the sand? Whatever it might be, only you know. So let's listen that we might hear. I was reminded that quiet meditation, listening, is what truly gets us in touch with our soul. And as we turn into this new month of August, it's a time for us to set those intentions, because it is a time of the new moon on this Sunday, August 4th, 2024. It's a time to set the intentions for how we might care better for ourselves, our body, our mind, and our spirit, how we can truly provide that nourishment for our soul. So take a few moments now, if you will, and just get yourself comfortable, whatever position works for you. If it's flat on that shoreline at the beach, or maybe you are driving in a car and can just pull over a little bit or slow down a little bit and just have some time to be quiet and reflect. Perhaps you are in prayer pose on a meditation cushion right now. So join me, beginning by bringing awareness to wherever your body is touching the earth, whether that's your feet or your bum or your back. Where is your body touching the earth? And if you are like me and you're not outside right now, then where can the roots of your feet even sink down below the surface of the floor of the home or the building you're in, all the way into the earth right now? When you're there, and you feel yourself connected there in the earth, take a deep breath. Send that breath, as you exhale, send that breath into that spot where you're connected with the earth. Take another deep breath and a slow exhale. Sending that breath to that place where you are connected with the earth. And if you're all up in your head right now, I want you to drop into your heart space. This energetic center. It's in the middle of our chest, and this is this energy center of our heart. It's the portal, the bridge between us here and the divine. So drop into your heart space. Like me, you might have the palm of your hand on your chest, there in that energy of your heart space, asking God inviting the energy to open. But the wisdom you need for right now will be revealed to you, that you might even think of it as God giving God's message to you of what nourishes your soul best. So take a deep breath through that heart portal, this spiritual eye of the heart, this organ of spiritual perception. Take a deep breath there. And begin to ask that question internally. What is it? What is it that nourishes my soul the most? So just open yourself to listen. Listen through your heart. Know internally. Perhaps an image is arising, or a sound, maybe even a scent from a beloved place. These are all ways that your soul is trying to communicate with you, that God is trying to tell you, here is what nourishes your soul best. So let us just enter into the quiet now through our heart and listen. If you need more time to listen, you're welcome to pause this podcast, this video cast, and listen for a bit longer. But I want us to take another deep breath when we're ready. I want us to take another deep breath, still attuned to your heart space, with your heart space awakened. And with before you that which you heard, what you saw, what you experience, with whatever that was that nourishes your soul best, with that before you, I want you to ask another question. I want you to ask the question of how can I incorporate into my life what is needed for this nourishment to be given to my soul. So what might I need to do? How can I be? Is there a commitment I need to make? Whatever it might be, listen with that intention of how can I incorporate that which I have heard that nourishes my soul best? How can I incorporate that into my life each and every day? Maybe even just for this week that lies ahead, committing to do that each and every day in this week that lies ahead. So let us take that deep breath once again with that question before us, how I can incorporate this being whatever I experienced in the silence already, into my daily life in the week ahead. And let us continue to listen through our heart. Don't let your list get too long of how. Just like one way you could incorporate this way of nourishing your soul, this which nourishes your soul best. Just one way you can incorporate that into your life in the week ahead, each day. Let your heart show you. Don't be reasoning it out in your mind. Let your heart show you. I'm going to invite us to take one more deep breath, if you will. Take one more deep breath now. If you're still listening, again, pause this podcast, this video cast, and listen a little bit longer of how you can incorporate this into your daily life in the week ahead. But when you're ready, take that deep breath one more time. And through your heart, express some kind of gratitude for what you have heard, what you have seen, what you have smelled, felt, experienced. Express some form of gratitude for that. It really is so amazing that we can get quiet, we can drop inside, in through our heart space, and we can listen. We can listen to hear the voice of God to us, speaking through who we are, our soul showing us the way. This really is so amazing. As we give that sense of gratitude, I'm going to invite you to come back to this present moment. You might want to tap your palms, your fingers on your knees a little bit. Wake your fingers and toes up, wiggling them a little bit. When you're ready, open your eyes. And as we're thinking about this nourishment for our souls, as we're reminded of this beautiful I am statement of Jesus saying, I am the bread of life, that which is here to feed the world. As we're thinking about all that, I also remember that ancient prayer that has been a part of the prayers of the people of God for so very long before any form of following in the way of Christ, long before being settled in the promised land. There was a time when the people of God, the ancient Hebrew people, were wandering in the wilderness, and they were being shaped and formed for a new way of being as free beings. And they were every day having to rely upon God to give them food. They were nomads, they were wanderers, they were not, planting their own gardens at that point. They were gathering what could be found. And the story goes that every morning manna was given, quail was given, bread, and the beautiful gift of food was given every morning by God. And it's where those in the Christian household have that beautiful phrase in what's known as the Lord's Prayer: give us this day our daily bread. And so if when you get out of bed each day this week ahead, if you could keep that little phrase connected in your being, give us this day, O God, our daily bread, and connect that with this nourishment for your soul that you have just heard, and this way that you're going to seek to incorporate that into your daily life each day this week. Keep that before you as you sprint out of bed, as you slumber out of bed, however it is you get yourself out of bed to start the day. If you could keep before you, we all could commit to keeping before us that little phrase of the prayer, give us this day our daily bread, and truly allow our souls to be nourished so that we might follow Jesus in being nourishment for all the world. Thanks for joining me for this pause for peace. I hope you have a blessed week of being nourished and nourishing for all the world. Blessings.